Hi, did you know that the average American eats about 150 pounds of sugar a year?
Ouch!
That is about 30 of these bags. That means in a week's time, you typically eat a little more than half of one of these. I know that's really hard to believe and you're probably saying, you got to be kidding me, I don't put extra sugar on anything. But you're thinking probably about this white granular stuff here. That's what I think of when I think of sugar. But they trick us. There are a lot of sugars in food that are hidden. So we're going to take a closer look at how to figure out how much sugar you're really getting within your foods. Hi, I'm Sue from Functional Medicine Plus, and I want to show you how to figure out how much sugar is in your foods. Now take a look at this gorgeous picture of all these foods here. We've got our vegetables, we've got our fruit, we've got our meats. You can tell that these are all foods from nature. When's the last time you saw a food label stuck to one of these pieces of food? You don't usually see it. That's because these things are really healthy for us. Now we try to eat these things because we know they're good for us, but it's very difficult sometimes, and sometimes we reach for one of these other foods here. We reach for these drinks that are bottled and these cereals and these snacks that we have here. Anytime you see a food like that that is packaged up, it typically should have a food label with it. This food label is where we're going to focus now, so we can actually start to figure out how much sugar is within foods. So the word you want to keep in the back of your mind anytime you think of sugar is carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are sugars, and there are several kinds. There's the white granular stuff, there's the starches that are in fruits, not so bad, and then there's the fiber that's very good for you that's in vegetables. Those are all sugars, and they're all carbohydrates. So we're going to start here with a food label and show you very quickly in 5 steps how to tell how much sugar is in that given food with that label. On this label, you'll see that it's a label of bread, and the first place you want to start with is looking at the serving size. As you can see here, the serving size is 2 pieces of bread. 2 pieces of bread. Every now and then you can pick up a loaf of bread and they'll kind of fool you and the serving size will be 1 piece of bread. But when's the last time you made a sandwich with 1 piece of bread? So watch carefully the serving size, because all the numbers below that refer to that size. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump down to the carbohydrates, and that's circled here in red. The carbohydrates are the total amount of sugars in that food. And in this particular case, you can see that the total is 19 grams of carbohydrates, of total carbohydrates. We're going to go right below total carbohydrates, and if we're lucky, there will be fiber in what we're eating. The fiber circled here in blue, and that amount is 5 grams. Now, why is that a good thing? Because remember I said that fiber is a good sugar. It actually deducts from your total sugar load. It's very healthy for your intestinal bacteria, so that's a bonus if you see fiber within your foods. We move on to step 4 then. What do we do with that information? We take our total carbohydrates minus our dietary fiber circled in blue, and we get what I like to call your net carbohydrates, your net. These are the ones that matter. These are the ones that really count as far as sugar in your body. So in this particular case, it's 19 minus 5 is 14 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, so yeehaw, what the heck does that mean? And how does it translate again to this stuff? We're talking just carbohydrates. So that takes us to our fifth and final step. Now that we have our net carbohydrates, here's where a little formula comes in. 14 divided by 5, or our net carbohydrates divided by 5, will give us our teaspoons of sugar. So what you need to keep in mind is that net carbohydrates divided by 5 will give you how many teaspoons of this stuff is in your food. In the particular case of our food label, it's 14 divided by 5, and that is almost 3 teaspoons of sugar within those 2 slices of bread. Now, if you're the kind of person that likes to get up and have toast in the morning, oh, I just had a couple pieces of toast, and then a sandwich for lunch, and then, oh, I'm going out to dinner and they've got the best bread, and then you start adding that on, those teaspoons of sugar are actually starting to really stack up. So the take-home message here is that we want to remember this one simple formula. Net carbohydrates divided by 5 is how many teaspoons of sugar you are eating in a given food. So this information, I hope, will help you to pick smarter choices or choices that you would like to pick at the grocery store. Your best bet is always to go with the natural foods that we've seen on that very first picture, and those are our real foods. I mean, I see why you're like getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Yeah, because it helps.
It does.